awesome. You guys have gotten me this far. And for those who do not know, this is my second channel. So I have definitely come a long way. So again, and thank you for everyone who is rocking with me. Thank you for my entire Patreon family. And yeah. And so this is my 6K, I guess, video. I really don't have anything planned. I did post something on my community post, but nobody really gave me topics to talk about in this long ramble that I will do. Ramble video. And the big mic one. So, and you guys chose gum chewing. So here I am. I know many have been looking for me, but I have not been feeling the greatest. I'm going through some things right now, and if you care to know about that, please think about joining my Patreon. You receive a video every single Sunday for 1 hour, no matter which tier you choose. And if you choose my $8 tier, you get a true crime 1 hour and a ramble video from me, another hour, every single Sunday. So one tier is $5. And I have one tier for ramble, one tier, another tier for true crime, which is also $5. And if you want them both, you get a discount for $8. And so yeah, think about going over there. But I put all my business out there, all my family's business, the drama, my new love interest, if anyone's interested in that. So yeah, head over there to Patreon. I refuse to put my business out on YouTube. I did that one time, and no ma'am, it is not for me, because the internet can be a brutal place. And so, and there's many people who don't give a fuck about you, and so I'm just not here for it. So I have 2 topics in this video that I'm going to talk about, because I was reading through my comments. And before I begin, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I would like for people to put their input in the 2 topics that I'm talking about, because I think a lot of people can benefit from what I'm going to discuss. I want to do a quick shout out. There are two channels that I fell upon and that I need to share with you guys. I need everyone to head over to these 2 channels that I will be shouting out today, and let's help them, grow. The first channel is ASMR with Asia, and that's with A-Z. So she spells her name A-Z-I-A. That's ASMR with Asia. on or whatever, but she does straight rambles, which I love. I don't think I saw any like role plays. I mean, there's nothing wrong with role plays, don't get me wrong. It's just not my thing. And I do know that many people who watch my channel here are really not into, you know, the costumes and the role plays, and basically people on my channel are not here for the extra shit. So, because if you're rocking with me, I don't do nothing extra. I am not out here trying to sell my soul to the devil. I am not trying to be fake. I'm not trying to, you know, stir up drama or any attention or anything like that. So I feel as if her channel is like mine. She has a lot of story times, and you know, one thing I like about her channel, if I'm being honest, I like the lo-fi mics, like the little mics, 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 the little mics. I think you pronounce it lo-fi, the lo-fi mics, the lo-fi mics, the lo-fi mics. I love people who use those mics and ramble. I love those mics for inaudible whispering, inaudible whispering, inaudible whispering, inaudible whispering. There's like something about that mic that just the whispers seem to come through just more realistic for me. So, but I'm not sure if she uses the lo-fi mic, but she uses a Blue Yeti, which, like I'm saying, I'm getting to, I don't really, I have a love-hate relationship with the Blue Yeti, but for her, it seems to work. Her whisper is perfect with a Blue Yeti. I don't know if it's like the perfect setting she has on it, but anyway, again, ASMR with Asia with a Z. I will link her channel down below, and her rambles are long too, and then she also does like telling secrets and venting and stuff like that. So I think many people would definitely enjoy her channel. Next on the list, the next one is, her name is Yana, ASMR, and you spell her name YONNA, ASMR. Now I think her channel is at like 400 and something, so I really hope that everyone goes over there, subscribes to her channel, and help her get to 1,000 subscribers so she can also become monetized. Now, and she definitely uses the lo-fi mic, the little 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 mic, which I adore. And she's the same way. She's not into like tapping, and she doesn't really do much. Well, she doesn't do any inaudible whispering. She just does straight rambles, pure whisper, straight rambles, and I'm fucking here for it. Listen, her story times are on a different level. They're funny as fuck. She's raw. And one thing about her is, you might think like her stories are outrageous, but then you get like to the end and she has receipts, like videos, clips, and text messages. Like, she has proof for all of it. So I am so here for the drama. Not saying, girl, that, you know, I like that you have drama, but I like your story times. A couple of her videos, she does get raw, emotional, which I like. I love people who are not afraid to cry on camera and to be real and uncut and just tell people how they really feel. And to me, that's just being human and being authentic, you know. And so a lot of rambles for her as well. So go check out those two channels and please let them know who sent you. But yeah, do wonderful, good shit. So, but someone wanted me to talk about just little mental tips, I guess, that help them get through life. And I picked up a shitload, and I had to write them down, y'all. Ways to just relax, be calm, and try to do this thing called life, because we're all, at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat. You know, no one has a life book to figure this shit out. So I have picked up a couple of things along the way that has helped me tremendously. So the first one that I think would help many people is stay the fuck. Let me get close so everyone can. I need everyone to hear me. Everyone. My number one tip. You ready? You sure? Stay the fuck off social media. I don't think you heard me. Stay the fuck off social media. Oh, you still didn't hear me. Stay the fuck off social media. Social media is a cruel place. There are a lot of bullies. There are a lot of people out there who wake up just to make someone's life miserable. Social media, I feel as if 80% of it is unrealistic. It's edited, it's altered, it's all of it, you know. Many people don't like to show the bad times, and only time they show bad times is like when they're arguing on social media like Twitter, and they only do that to get people on their side or to prove a point. But you know, social media, especially with the young ones, with the unrealistic figures, and I say figures, I mean like body types and stuff, and people getting all these surgeries to look like these models who don't even look like the model themselves. You know, people are trying to look like these people who take pictures on Instagram and Snapchat, and without the filters, y'all, they look like your grandpa. Like, stop it. But it messes with people's self-esteem, body image, and then people say things that they would not say in your face because they are behind a computer. And again, you know, it plays on your self-esteem, and half the shit we're reading and seeing and looking at are lies. Again, if you go on, you're on YouTube, duh, but on YouTube, there are videos that are exposing people for lying, for doing like the dumbest shit, just for clout. And is it that serious? You know, people are, I don't know, it's just stay off, you know. If it wasn't for my ASMR channel, I would not have any type of social media but YouTube. I even cringe anytime I have to read comments, because like I said, you know, people are gonna bully, but sometimes, you know, well, not sometimes, like, words fucking hurt, you know, and we're all human, and it's a nightmare, if I'm being honest. And so my number one tip for mental is just stay the fuck off social media. Read a book, you know, watch TV, you know, but social media, it's just, and you know, if you're gonna be a social media, be smart about it. Like, you know, like, no, understand scams and understand that people are just trying to fucking move on, and understand that half these photos you're looking at are fake as fuck, you know. Just be mindful. I don't know what else to say about that. My next advice is take things day by day. I hate people who ask me, like, well, where do you think you're gonna be in 2024? I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna be next week. make realistic goals. Don't say, okay, by January 1st, you want to lose like 45 pounds. Like, make realistic goals. A lot of times too, like when people, like for instance, diets, a lot of people fail at diets because they try to cut out sugar completely, or they try to do things unrealistically, like just do things cold turkey, knowing damn well that they can't be realistic. Like if you eat 5 Snicker bars, let's start with 3 only, and then go to 2.5, and then like be realistic. Make realistic goals, because if you make realistic goals, you can always make those goals, if that makes sense. But when something is so far-fetched and you don't make that goal, you tend to like lose hope, or determination, motivation, whatever. So make realistic goals. This next tip, you can take it if you want it, but I think it just makes a whole lot of sense. Keep your circle small. When I say circle, I mean people that you trust. Keep your shit small, because not everyone's out here to be your friend. Not everyone out here has, your best interest. And just be mindful, I don't know how to say, like, people, you just can't trust everyone out here, and you can't trust everyone with your significant other. People always want what you have, So also, like what friends do, friends stab you in the back. Friends do things just because they're jealous. Jealousy, oh my god, jealousy is like the number one. And then just keep your circle small. And if I was you guys, I don't like lending friends money. And when I say lend money, I don't mean like if someone needs help with rent or something like that, or a gift, I'm talking about those motherfuckers who want like $100 to pay you back next week and then don't, or people who want to spend, like, who ask for like $300 because they want to go on vacation. Like, stuff like that can cause issues, but we're grown, we're all getting of age, and of course you can turn to your friend for money, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna ask someone for money, make sure you really fucking need it, because money is the root of all evil, and money breaks up everything. Businesses, friendships, marriages, whatever. So again, keep your circle small and make sure you trust people, because again, we're of age, and a lot of you guys have children, and you can't be trusting your children with just anyone out here, so keep your circle small. And the smaller your circle is, the more you really get to know a person, if that makes sense. Next one on my list, remove yourself from uncomfortable situations. Remove yourself from uncomfortable situations. Uncomfortable situations. We are all grown right now, okay? There is no need. If someone is making you uncomfortable, or the atmosphere you're in is not cool, or again, something seems off, whatever, leave, walk, Uber, get in your car, go. There's no reason why, as grown adults, that we should be in a situation that we are uncomfortable with. There's a lot of times that people try to intimidate you. There's a lot of times that's basically, like, a lot of times people try to intimidate you. And, and if you're not into drama, and it's nothing to remove yourself from all uncomfortable situations, because then that prevents you from having any type of drama. If you're not the one that likes to argue or to fight or anything like that, someone said something you don't like, fucking leave. I don't care if it's immature or not, or being an adult and talk it out. Fuck that. Leave. Leaving is your best option. So remove yourself from any uncomfortable situations, and that goes for, like, if you're going to a bar with friends, dinner, if you're on a dinner party, whatever, with a couple of friends, and someone I'm an introvert. So because of that, I own it. I understand it. So I make sure I understand it. Like Google, read books on it, whatever. You don't know the symptoms. And because of that, like I know that during the week, because I don't, as many of you guys know, I don't have a 9 to 5. But during the week, I do all of my appointments really early in the morning. I'm in and out because you know what? Come 10 o'clock, you know, a lot of people come out, a lot of people have their appointments. I want to be the first appointment in and out. If I can't get an 8 o'clock appointment, most likely I don't fucking want it. I don't. I do my grocery shopping either first thing in the morning, first thing in the morning, first thing in the morning, first thing in the morning. Or I do it late at night, like right before they close, like, well, the grocery store out here, I like to go, if I go at night, I like to go around maybe like 10 o'clock, because by then, most people are at home, most people got kids, they gotta go to work, they're not going grocery shopping at 10 o'clock at night, so the grocery store is empty, so I have no problem, like, you know, shopping, whatever, but you have to own it, you just have to own it, you know. I know I don't like crowds of men, so I stay away from it. You know, you gotta take accountability for what's going on in your brain and how you feel. And if, you know, crowds of men make me uncomfortable, guess what? Your girl is not gonna be around a bunch of men, you know. So just, you know, own it, understand it. Don't deny it. Be open with the situation, you know. Okay, so yeah, own your mental illness or issues, or, you know, and also people laugh at this, but it works. Sometimes you need to have a conversation with yourself. I know it sounds crazy as fuck, but sometimes you need to have a conversation with yourself, and you'll be surprised and how honest, because you're having a conversation with yourself, right? So, you know, you can't lie to yourself. You can't sit there and say, okay, Majestic, why did you cheat? I didn't cheat. Girl, stop. But then, like, you know, if you talk it out, like, Majestic, why did you cheat? Well, because I didn't like him. Why didn't you tell him? Well, I didn't tell him because I wanted his money. You know, like, talk it out. Like, sometimes you have to talk it out, and then you'll be surprised on how, like, ignorant you might sound, or then you might sit there and laugh and be like, wait a minute, and did I really fuck this up because I don't like the way he chewed? You know what I mean? Sometimes having an honest conversation with yourself is the best medicine. Listen, take my advice if you want to. I'm just letting you know. Have a one-on-one with yourself, okay? Next on my list, time for yourself. A lot of people understood. I forgot what video I recorded and did, but it was something that I said that I don't like drama first thing in the morning. I put my phone on, you know, do not disturb. That shit pops on by 10 o'clock at night, and it goes off by 11 a.m. the next morning. I need by 10 o'clock, don't fuck with me, don't call me. I mean, I text throughout the night, and of course if someone says, I need to speak to you, I'm not gonna say, you know, it's 10:15, you know. But, turn that shit off. You know, the only person that can break that do not disturb is my mother. And so there are certain people, like if you have children or whatever, and there's certain people that you need to break that barrier, you can. But take time for yourself, shut the fucking world off, you know, put on your Netflix series, do something, you know, but take time to yourself. I on telling somebody at the prompt moment, look, I know you're going through something, but I can't right now. I'll call you tomorrow, you know, because again, we're all human, we all go through things, but take time for yourself. If that means like yoga in the morning, I'm gonna have to move this mic, so I hope it doesn't make too much noise. But yeah, if that means like yoga or going to the gym without your kids, or you know, something, even if it's like a fucking hour in the bathroom reading your favorite book, take time for yourself, because each day, at least like at 10 o'clock, I know I can shut the world down, and it's like, you know, I got through the day. So next on my list, don't settle. Do not settle. Somebody with mental issues should not settle. I don't care if you have anxiety or panic attacks or whatever. Do not settle. Okay? The only time you should ever settle is if it has to do with a job and you got babies to feed and rent to pay, you know. But like in relationships, don't settle. Do not settle. I know, TV and social media makes it seem as if, you know, everybody needs to have a man, or needs to have, I'm gonna say that needs to have a significant other, you know. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to figure your life out. It's okay, but don't settle. If your man is dirty and you can't stand the way he does, you know, he speaks, leave. There's other men out there, but don't settle because you think you have to, or because, you know, all your friends have boyfriends and stuff like that. Don't settle, because the worst thing you can do is be in a situation that is hard to get out of, and then you're in a situation and then you might cause more issues for yourself, you know. So, and you know, one night of pleasure can bring a lifetime of issues. So again, do not settle. It's okay to be by yourself. It's okay. I do understand that a lot of females out there do settle because, you know, they want to have children and their clock is ticking, and I was one of those girls. I get it, but it's also not worth it. And I think the worst thing you can do is have a baby by somebody that you fucking absolutely hate, can't stand to look at, you know. So it's okay, take times. I understand accidents happen, not saying anyone's children's an accident, but we're grown, things happen. But it is okay to be by yourself, but don't settle. Don't settle for a shitty job that you hate, you absolutely hate, because again, there's nothing worse than having to go somewhere Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or 5 days out of the week, whatever your schedule is, and you absolutely hate it. Oh my god, it just plays on your mind. It just makes your life miserable. It gets you into depression. And so if you can help it, do not settle. This last one might, no, not the last one, but this one might sound a little, you know, cliche, but understand what love is. You know, I was watching, someone suggested that I watched, I think it's called Love is Blind. Love is blind. Love is blind. Love is blind. And people are saying, I love you, 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 I love you so much, oh my god, I love you so much, after 72 hours. Like, what exactly do you know about this man that you fucking love so much? It's like people love to throw, you know, the word love around, and I'm not talking about your friends and shit like that. I'm talking about in relationships. It's like after 2 weeks, people are saying, oh my god, yeah, I love him, or I love her, and it's like, do you though? Do you really though? You know what I mean? But if you don't understand what love is, you think you love everyone, and if you don't understand what love is, how can you love yourself? If you don't love yourself. You cannot love nobody. You can't love your friends. You can't help nobody. You have to help yourself first. And there's no getting around that, you know. But because also too, there's nothing worse than being in a relationship and you love somebody so much and they don't love you, and then all the signs are right there, and we've all been through it. We all been through it. We all think, oh, you know, he did it because he loves me, or that's just the way he is. And no, love should not be that difficult. You know, yes, love has her ups and downs and this and that, but love should not be fuck yous every day. Love should not be arguing every single day. Love should not be harming or putting your hands on somebody every single day. That's not love. That's not love at all. So, you know, just protect your heart. Just be careful on who you say I love you to, and just understand what love really is and means. I think everyone that should probably be the first on my list, but take it as you want it. Next on my list, play games. I play games. Mr. Devin and I, my youngest nephew, we play games. Oh yes, we play games, and right now we are smashing it in fucking Uno. Let me tell you, when and Devin gets done with his homework or whatever, like this week he has been sick, and he was home for like 3 or 4 days this week, and all we did was play fucking Uno. That's all we did. I wasn't feeling good, he wasn't feeling good. He was more worried about me, and just to get me out of my funk, you know, I didn't even post on Patreon this past weekend. It's just been a rocky road. But yeah, I play Uno. I do color with me. Color with me is really relaxing for me. I like to put on, you know, I might listen to like a YouTube video or something and play color with me, or I like to sit in my room just like this, peace and quiet, nothing, and just play. Just do the color with me. I also am very big on puzzles. I used to be a big reader, but I noticed that my mind has so much stuff going on in there that I can't focus on reading. You know, actually, as of now, and nothing has been holding my attention as far as TV is concerned either, but I'm gonna do a separate video on a couple of movies that I have watched that absolutely sucked. That's enough. Let me just move on. Okay, so anyway, I love to do puzzles. I started out small, like, you know, 20 pieces, and 40, then 60, then 80, then 100, and, you know, the more the merrier for me. But yeah, play games, be a kid, be free. I don't, you know, I love word games too, crossword puzzles, word search, like find a Waldo's, you know, stuff like that. I play stuff on my iPad, you know. Just because I'm 42 doesn't mean I can't laugh and have fun. So play games, you know, get some, if you have some friends or cousins or young ones, get them involved, you know. And lastly for this topic is music. Music is a big one. You know, music can also break you, but sometimes like you need that good cry, you know. But music, find something that's yours. Like, I don't think people understand how, when I say, you know, BTS is mine, you know, when I play that music or in my headphones or whatever, or in my car or whatever it can be, you know, I always have my playlist on shuffle. And people just get amazed when they hear BTS in my car or whatever, because it's like, what are they saying? And it's like, don't worry about it, this is my world, you know, because I know some of the songs hit me hard. I know some of the songs get me through anxiety. I know certain words have so much affirmations and stuff, inspiration that just gets me through the day, believe it or not. You know, they have like so many songs that fit everything, and I just go to it, and many people don't understand it, which is cool. It's my thing, you know. Sometimes you have to find your thing, and in the process of doing that, believe it I'm saying? So make it yours. That's my thing. I would never let anyone understand or people. Damn, I just told everyone. But I was gonna say I wouldn't tell people that I understand Korean. But it's the funniest thing. The other day, I was on my iPad and I was watching something on BTS, and I started laughing, and my nephew was like, my oldest was like, you don't have the captions on, and I looked and I didn't even realize that I didn't have it on. So he's like, how do you know what he just said? And I said, oh well, and this is what happened. And we rewound it and then we put the captions on. He was like, oh my god, you're right. It's like, I can understand about maybe 80% of it, 70-80% of it. It's crazy just watching interviews. So anyway, all I'm saying is find something that's yours, find a hobby. I've also, like, now too, just to keep my mind so I can like shut it off for certain things, I'm gonna start learning sign language. I have some flashcards and stuff. I'm gonna start learning, so just keep your mind busy if you can. But those are my mental tips for any one of you guys who need it. And lastly, I think the number one tip also for those who are dealing with people who have passed away, I think, and I still do it to this day, the best thing to do, if there's things that you need to get off your chest, or maybe you're angry, or maybe you just need to tell somebody off up in heaven, put it on a piece of paper, a sticky, something, put it in a balloon and let it go. Let it go, let it go. It is so refreshing that way. You're getting everything off your chest, and you take the balloon going up to heaven as you want it, or you take the balloon going up to the sky as you want it. But yeah, that really, 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 really helps, especially if you are missing somebody and you can't seem to like get to them, or like their grief or whatever people do. That's definitely a good way to express what you want to express. So that takes care of my mental health tips. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about, this last topic I will talk about, if I can find it. Yeah, I think this is it. Let me wipe my nose. So, wait, hold on. Let me wipe my nose. And so actually, I got this next topic idea actually watching those two channels that I suggested in the beginning. I got this idea from one of their story times, right? They were both talking about relationships, like bad relationships they've been through, and how, like, I think one of them was saying that they don't longer want to date no more. They're done. And I think for some strange reason, many people in 2022 feel the same way when it comes to dating. This shit has gotten so out of control, it's not even funny. Like, I don't remember dating being this crazy back in my day. Like, again, I'm 42. I don't remember men being this crazy when I was 20. Absolutely not. And in my days, like when I was 20, people weren't trying to have kids, and people weren't trying to, like, people were just being responsible. And I mean, you know what I mean? Like, social media has, I don't know, but everyone is talking about how it's hard to find a man, even down to me. I have changed so much on relationships at this moment in my life. I don't even care for marriage right now. I don't get it. I don't care for it. I don't care if it never happens. Big whoop, right? But I would like to have that person. I want my person that I can situation, it's so much more. It's harder now. Like back in my day, we didn't have the computers and stuff like that. You know, you had to go to a bar or something like that to pick up a girl. Now all you gotta do is pick up your fucking phone, and like you can get a booty call in like what, an hour. Like that whole Netflix and chill situation. It's like nobody wants to be serious anymore, and everybody is into just sex. Like nobody wants to like nobody wants to date anymore, right? Like what happened to, you know, being friends, taking things slow. And when I say taking things slow, I'm not talking about being a nun, right? I'm not talking about you have to do like a Steve Harvey, like that 90-day rule bullshit and stuff like that. I mean, everyone's grown, use your own judgment, right? But there's a lot of people out here who just wants to fuck, and that's it. And that's why, like, I get so discouraged on these dating apps, because, you know, guys are ready to just like show you a picture of their penis. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. But let's go. Why are relationships failing to last these days? What could be the problem? Number one, like, you see what I'm saying? I can't. Number one, technology has made it easy to cheat. I just said that shit. One reason why relationships fail to last these days is because technology has made it easy to cheat. By just swiping on Tinder, you get connected to thousands of new people around your city. You could have a relationship with instantly. Yeah, so these apps have, like, you know, turn on your location, and you could actually find somebody like in your building. This shit is crazy to me. You be like, oh yeah, well, yeah, I'm upstairs. Yeah, come up. It's just like, you know, with like the GPS on our phones and the trackers, and it's just like with Tinder, and you know, Facebook now has like a Facebook dating section, and people are entering other people's DMs on Twitter and Instagram, and you know, like people liking your picture. It's crazy. And then also too, social media starts like a lot of issues, like, you know, why did so and so like your pic? Or maybe because the pic was pretty. You know what I mean? Oh, you know that bitch. Like, y'all know these conversations. I don't need to like get it. Like, you know that bitch. I know you know that bitch. Why is she in your DM, and why did you answer her? Listen, I can't. And so yeah, social media has definitely, like, I found it hilarious that there are like groups on these social medias, like for men in jail. First off, it's funny because men in jail are not even supposed to like have tablets or phones, but yeah, they're on like these Facebook apps, and like even men in jail can get girls. Like, I don't get it. Like the internet, and especially now with like CashApp and stuff like that, and people wanting like 4 different men because they want people to cash app them so they can pay their phone. Let me move on. Alright, number 2, we don't want to compromise. And these days, everyone wants to be seen as a tough man and a woman, and no one wants to compromise. The modern man and woman prefer to take the easy way out by quitting instead of compromising. And that's true. Also too, I think with text messaging too, we lost communication. You know, text messages can be taken in so many different ways, that in bad ways at that. You know, it can be taken out of context, whatever, but people rather just say, okay, you know what, fuck it, than, you know, like hearing what I think also too, when people want to sit compromise as being weak. This attitude is making so many relationships fail, because if nobody wants to compromise, then that's it, but also too in relationships, it always seems as if there's always one that compromises, and I feel as if I'm the one that always compromises, because sometimes certain things are not worth fighting over. But then I always realize it's always like me having to compromise. So I'm saying, okay, but I'm not doing that shit no more. Like, I'm not saying I'm not gonna compromise, but I'm so done being the one to always compromise. Because at one point I thought, okay, well, if I'm the one that always compromises, then you'd be like, oh, she's a perfect girl, she's a perfect female. But that's not the truth. It just gets worse and worse, and then they walk all over you, and then they use you. So, but yeah, nobody wants to compromise. It's like, okay, we can watch your show tonight, and next Thursday I'll watch my show. But it's like, no. Like, I remember, I'm trying to think if I sometimes get my first channel mixed up with this channel, because there was a lot of story times on that first channel. But anyway, there was this guy I was dating, and he was the worst. He was like the absolute worst. And I remember telling this story on my first channel, but it was the worst sex experience of my life. Like, it was just the worst. I think I'm gonna save that for a story time. But the point is, he would never is this the same dude I went to my sister's wedding story? Oh yes, my sister's wedding story. That same dude, like, he would never compromise. He always had the remote. He never he always had to watch what he wanted to watch. We always had to go where he wanted to go. If he didn't want to go out, we didn't go out. If he wasn't hungry, we didn't eat. It was like everything was always about him, and I lasted longer than I thought. But yeah. And so number 3, we are too busy for our relationships. The modern day man and woman wants the good things of life. They devote their time and energy chasing the dream and forget to love. These days, people don't have the patience to deal with all that comes with being in a relationship. They're just too busy that they forget to have time for love. And also, love being so easy, and with all these dating apps and stuff like that, and social media, it's like, okay, well, if you don't want to deal with me, then I'll find somebody else. I'll just swipe left, tomorrow, and find somebody else. So it's like people just really don't have time to work on shit. Also, too, I think the number one reason too that relationships are not working out is people can't let go. Somebody might have a really bad breakup, right? And because of that one particular breakup that happened 13, 15 years ago, now all men are shit, or vice versa, or all women are whores, or whatever, People take these grudges into the next relationship, and it's like, let that shit go, because you keep holding on to that shit. all been heartbroken. Again, cry it out, do what you gotta do, take some time for yourself. But me and like a lot of people out there, we gotta stop bringing our baggage to our new relationship. I think that also fucks up relationships as well. Also too, I keep thinking the fucking cell phones. See, when I was dating back, like cell phones weren't that like popular back then. Like many people didn't have it. We still had beepers, so there wasn't like this. Like now people are like too busy on their phones all the time, always on their phones, always on their phones. Like I see people at dinner, and if you look at everyone's on their phones, like waiting for their dinner to arrive, or the kids are on their tablets. It's like the technology has consumed us, But yeah, like we didn't have to worry about someone's phone going off at like 2 in the morning, or someone sliding into someone's DMs, unless the person was home and you got their house number. That's the only way you're gonna catch so and so, But nowadays it's so easy. And so, and number 4, we want the perfect partners even when we are not perfect ourselves. That is a good one. We want the perfect partner even when we aren't perfect ourselves. That can be so the truth. You remember back in the day, right? You remember when we had in high school, we all had this checklist, right? Like, my man has to have 6 figures, and I have to have a Lamborghini, and I have to be in a mansion, and I have to have like 6 kids, or whatever it was, right? That was like in elementary, and then you get to high school, it might have gotten a little worse. But then after college, you start saying, okay, well, maybe I don't need a Lamborghini, maybe I can get a Hummer, and then it's like, well, maybe I don't need a mansion, maybe I just want like a 4-bedroom house. And then by the time you get to 30, you're like, well, maybe we want all that from our partner. Meanwhile, we ain't got shit. The modern man and woman wants a partner without flaws. We are always in a hurry to leave a relationship if we find someone we think is better, and the cycle keeps going on and on and on. No one is patient anymore with their partner. No one is patient enough to bring out the best in their partner. We all want a perfect partner, even when we aren't perfect ourselves. And everybody, like a lot of people want things now, like right now. I want this, I want my engagement ring now, and I want to be married by this is that now. It's like, chill the fuck out. Also, ultimatums don't work either. Ultimatums don't work either because, like, it's like, and nobody likes to be told what to do as an adult. And it's like, you're telling somebody, well, if you don't do this by a certain time, this is not. It's like you can't force people to do things they don't want to do. And a lot of times, people don't understand that, like, you can't force someone to have a kid if they don't want to, or you can't force a man to buy you an engagement ring. Maybe he doesn't want to get married yet. But see, that's where communication comes in. A lot, like, nowadays, people are so, like, into just text messages. They don't pick up the phone and talk anymore. Hey, we all know text message can get misconstrued, and so. But yeah, we need to stop acting like we are perfect ourselves. We are not, ladies and gentlemen. Number 5, sex is so easy to find. These days, sex is so easy to find, and this is affecting relationships. A sex with a new guy or girl is always a phone call away. It's easy to have sex without even being in a relationship with that person. This generation now considers good sex as a quality quality a partner should have. So they go around having random sex as they seek for the partner who can satisfy them better. Once again, I think I said this on my Patreon, right? But, you know, if you can't please yourself sexually, and I mean this in the most respectful fucking way, if you can't get yourself off sexually, nobody else can. I repeat, if you can't get yourself off sexually, nobody else is going to be able to do that, because only you know what you like, what tickles you, what don't you like, you know. Like, for instance, I can tell you right now, I am 42 years old. I do not like to be fingered. I said it. I think that shit is too brutal. I think men forget what they're putting their fingers up. I don't think it's pleasurable. Like, no. But you have to know what you like, right? So if you can't please yourself, how can someone else please you? You see what I'm saying? And so, but I agree with that statement. Like, okay, so this one guy didn't make you orgasm, so you're looking for that perfect person to make you orgasm like 10 minutes, and then that one didn't, or that one wasn't a good kisser, but this one was, and so you go hopping around on different men or women, and, you know, sometimes you just need to stop, because I think people forget that sex all comes with knowing somebody, with comfort, with just experience. You know, you get to learn your partner, you get to learn what they like, what they don't like, and so, and during time, when you love someone, sex is more enjoyable, it's more, like, rewardable, I guess. Would you consider it? Well, yeah, it's rewardable. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. It is rewardable though, but I need to get off this mic. Listen, let me just move on before this gets already demonetized. Talking all this, but no, seriously though, you know, sometimes you need to just work it out. Stick with one person. You know, sex sometimes get better in time. Sex can get better if, you know, you have a certain comfort level. To always remember that, you know. But then again, the sex sometimes might not even be that. That's why I don't understand some of these reality shows. How do you marry somebody without having sex with them? I don't like sex. Okay. No, fuck it. Sex is a big thing in relationships. Like, I don't want to put sex like up here, but sex is up here, you know, because there's, like, people can like one another, but if you're not sexually compatible, like, have you ever liked somebody and then sexually you're just like, oh fuck no, or there's somebody that you're compatible with sexually, but that's all you need, if that makes sense. I'm sitting here trying to give, okay, let me just move on from all of this. Alright, and the last one, no one's ready to be a fool for love. I gotta watch what I say on YouTube, because, yeah, I'm trying to stay off YouTube's radar, and, yeah. No one is ready to be a fool for love. Relationships don't last 8 days because this generation doesn't understand what it means to love someone madly. Oh, madly. We are just too realistic for our own good, and we don't love madly anymore. No one is ready to be vulnerable by letting go of themselves. We have come too smart for ourselves, and this is affecting our relationship today. We no longer want to be a fool for love. And this is very much true. There is something else that we're going to dive into, I think. If I can find it. anonymous stuff that I do. Like, these people want to be kept anonymous. This is for Facebook, so I guess it's basically like a Facebook fast round, but anonymous. So alright, and so my nose is doing a lot better than I thought. Okay, please keep me anonymous. I was buying her drinks in the club all night, and she kept grabbing my D. But every time I touched her B, she pushed me away. What does that mean? That just means that she just wanted those drinks to be paid for and free, and that's that. Period. The end. And if you don't like your D to be touched, you should have said, well, if I can't touch your B, don't touch my D. And then, ladies and gentlemen, that would have been that. So okay, please keep me anonymous. Quick question. If a woman has the right to terminate the pregnancy when she's not ready to be a parent, is it not fair that a man should also have the right to sign away his rights to financially provide for the child and not be involved in this child's life when the woman insists on keeping the child but doesn't want a child? I am not going to touch on this topic too tough, because this is a topic that this is a touchy topic for many, right? But I will say this though, I kind of agree with the post. You know, if a female has a right to make that decision, because here's the thing, I understand people say it takes two to make a baby, right? But what happens if those two people were actually being safe? They use protection, something happened, the condom slipped off, or it broke, whatever. There are people who are responsible, and I understand it takes two people to have a child, but I also agree that if one does not want it, I see no issues on that parent signing over their rights. I do not in a situation like that, because it's like, you know, sometimes females use these babies to keep these men, and it's not even about the child, and it's just not fair to some of these men. If we have the right to make that decision, I do feel that men should have a right to say, you know, and this is not like everyday thing. This is like a couple, one wants it and one does not. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like two people who are not responsible, who are just, you know, having sex raw and they became pregnant. Then yeah, it's two of your problems. But I do feel as if there should be some type of leadway if both people were using protection, because it was clear that neither one wanted kids, and you become pregnant and the woman wants to keep it. I don't see this. I don't feel as if there's any wrong on a man signing over his rights. I don't. It just nips in the butt right now. That makes you think, do you want to raise a child by your own? He's letting you know, and if you decide to, you decide to, but you know, it can't be both ways. You know, we can't, as women can't say, okay, you know, we can make the decisions, and then what about the guy? You know, I agree with that. I do. But like I said, every situation is different, and I'm not talking about like regular people just having sex and they get pregnant. You know, I do, but like, again, there are a lot of people out there who don't want kids, and they would say that they got pregnant and it wasn't planned, or it wasn't part of their career, or something like that. And you know, sometimes, but anyway, that is a touchy topic, because at the end of the day, I don't feel as if any adult should be told what to do. You know, in situations in life, there's always going to be someone who's not going to be happy. There's always going to be someone that gets the shit and the stick, you know, but that's just life. You can't please everyone, but to me is like when my bill is like $60-$70, like sometimes $100. It's just like you know, like, oh yeah, the milk went up. How much? Like fucking $10 a gallon. Do you know milk is like almost $6 a gallon? Like, get the fuck out of here with that. It's like, make it make sense. How do you expect people to, you know, buy milk for their babies and this and that, and like they're doubling prices on shit, you know? But you know, also too, I also think that men should have more of a say so, because again, a lot of females, you know, trap these men purposely with these kids, and that's not right either. It's just not right. And so this next one says, dating a woman that can't control her mouth when she's angry is the same as dating a man that can't control his hands when he's angry. It's just a different form of abuse. I mean, abuse comes in different forms, but verbal and physical abuse, you know what physical abuse, like verbal abuse, you can hurt somebody, but physical abuse, you can actually kill somebody. So they're both abuse, but you know, someone saying fuck you and someone punch you in the face, I don't, that's a little bit of a, for me. Alright, okay, please keep me anonymous. I am a 30-year-old woman dating, I'm a 30-year-old woman dating a 48-year-old man. He's 48. We have been in a relationship for 1 year now. He asked me to move in with him after 2 months of dating him. He is very loving and cares about my daughter and family. I found out 4 months down the line that he has been cheating on me all along. When I confronted him about it, he just walked away. He kept on cheating with these girls. I stayed because I truly loved him. So this other time, I asked him, why is he cheating? And he beat me up so badly. My body was so sore, but I didn't tell anyone. Then she caught him cheating for the 4th time. And then she got so angry and took a knife and stabbed him in the back. Then it beat me up so badly my nose was bleeding. And then she wants to have any advice. Girl, leave. He is not, we're not gonna get into this either, but he doesn't respect you. He's doing this shit because you are allowing him to do it. You have allowed him to do this over and over again with the cheating. You have taken him back. He doesn't think you're gonna go anywhere. And so, but at this point, your advice is to pack your shit and just go. Like, if you have to grab a knife and stab somebody, it's time to go, because one of you guys is gonna end up dead or in jail. So this one is disturbing. And keep me anonymous. I'm a girl aged 20 dating my cousin. She's dating our cousin who is 34 years old. Get the fuck out of here with this one. No one knows that we're dating. He's handsome and he takes good care of me. But there's one thing that he does that I'm struggling to get used to. He always wants to sleep with me, like every day. I don't know whether he loves me or he's just using me. I don't know whether I should dump him or not. Please help me find a solution. You need help. There is so many people out in this world looking for love, but there's like the incest. It's the incest for me. I mean, you're good. I wonder what other people said in those comments. People say do what makes you happy. South Africa. I guess in South Africa that's normal to date your cousin. So I guess because you can't do that shit here, like, anyway. That's crazy though. And the crazy thing about it is though, she is 20, he is 34, so clearly, we know for months now. There's a lot of abuse questions that I'm just not going to. Wow. Some of these stories are deep, and it seems as if like these stories, a lot of them are coming from South Africa or Africa, and these people really have some issues. Oh hell no, I am not reading that. Are you kidding me? This one, she put her fucking baby in a plastic. Get the fuck out of here. Absolutely not. Alright, we'll do this one, I think. I hope. I'm 23 and I was a side chick to this guy who promised me to provide for me with everything I need when he first approached me. I was happy and accepted it because he was my crush. I was so happy when he told me he loves me. Okay, fine. I gave him my virginity and we continued to fuck. He only called me when he wanted to fuck me, and during that process, I was struggling to get wet because there was little to no foreplay. What the fuck is going on with these shits? Let me read them before I even. So basically she's saying that because there was no foreplay, and that during intimacy it was rough, it was painful. And then even tell her to just open up her legs and stop complaining about the pain. He never gave her no money, nothing. And then she's going on saying that he treated his girlfriend like a queen. I need to watch what I read on YouTube. He took her out to expensive vacations and everything else. So basically she wants to know what she should do. She met another guy who deeply loved her and treated her good. He even gave her money, but she still loves the other dude. You know what? I'm not reading anymore. It always seems as if like we always love the wrong guys. We always want the ones that don't want us back. This whole video, I feel as if I've just been giving advice, and the one thing is love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. You know, in relationships, if you keep letting the person get away with stuff, they're gonna keep doing it over and over and over and over again. I like to remain anonymous. I'm 32 years old, small business owner. I met a woman here on Facebook. She was nice to me and we started a relationship. She makes me feel like my life is worth living. After chatting for 3 months, we arranged to meet in person. As a gentleman, I sent her money to visit me because she lives in a different country. Now, I have not heard from her since I sent the money 2.5 weeks ago. Any advice? Obviously it was a scam. guys, I am a 27-year-old man. I have a well-paying job, and I've been single for 5 months now. Anyway, after I broke up with my girlfriend, I developed this obsession of asking nudes from girls in exchange for money. I'm so obsessed with nudes in such a way that I'm no longer interested in having sex with a woman anymore, because jerking off the nudes satisfy me. Do I need help? Any advice? Well, maybe you're just not, maybe a relationship right now is just not for you. You know, it's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand this. It is okay. 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 It is okay to be by yourself. It is okay to be by yourself. If you and your vibrator do just fine every single night in front of a Netflix show, then do you, boo. Do you. That it might pass. But if just, any of these girls are doing it, they're getting paid, and no one is, like an OnlyFans situation, and knock yourself out. It's basically like watching porn. I mean, eventually, I think people get tired of that shit and eventually want the real thing. But nowadays, like, people are not even going out anymore. But I'm going to get off now. I'm going to lay down. Oh, hell no. I just see something here. No, I'll say that for another day, because this video is long, and by now, many people are probably sleeping. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Again, thank you to each and every one of you guys that are subscribed to this channel. I am very grateful that we hit 6K. I hope to hit 7 by January of 2023. I will be getting on those videos about, I didn't do them yet, but, Hollywood stories and, Marilyn Monroe. I have to write down some, I guess, a couple of you guys said Michael Jackson and Marilyn Monroe. There's a couple of other requests that I need to write down. I'm just trying to get myself together. Again, I'm going through some shit health-wise. Hop over to Patreon if you care to know about that.